You know, Darby, I have a knack for coming into big shows around March every year and winning championships, and the AEW title is next for me, quite clearly. It's really all I've got left to do. Because what was I going to do? Stick around and kick Tommaso in the face for yet another year? I mean, come on. It's been one step after another here in the Johnny takeover of All Elite Wrestling. I've already beat Hangman. MJF will eventually stop chickening out and fight me. So Darby, you're next. It's as simple as that. Johnny, I've kept my hands off of you for a long time since you got here. Even though the first thing you did when you got here was you kicked me in the face. Like you still think you're gonna do. And that's because you didn't deserve the time of day for me to kick your ass, Johnny. But now that you finally earned your way to the top, now that you finally made it to a title match at Double or Nothing, well, you're gonna see why I'm the most dangerous man in All Elite Wrestling. Oh, come on, kid. Show a little more emotion. You're about to fight the best wrestler in the world, Johnny Wrestling. Or then you can call me Johnny Champion, because I'll be taking Pretty Platinum from around your little black and white waist. And it'll be around the waist of a real champion, someone who's held a world title and beat real challengers. I mean, yeah, sure, MJF, but come on. I'm Johnny Gargano. I'm the top guy in AEW. I'm the top guy anywhere I go. Why do you think that I am only followed around by top guys? In fact, Dax, Cash, get him. Johnny, I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Whoa, hang on a minute! Then Sting! Sting is back! We have not seen Sting since MJF took him out before Full Gear. Sting jumping FTR with a baseball bat. Darby Allin's mentor taking out Johnny Gargano's goons. Sting lays waste to the tag team champions from behind us. Darby launching into an attack on Johnny Gargano. Oh, Johnny getting out of the way though, and Johnny Gargano fighting back to his feet. Gargano with a right hook. Now Johnny Gargano, no Darby. Darby answers back with a drop kick and takes him down. And now Darby Allin kicking down Gargano, kicks him again. Darby Allin with another kick. Grabs Gargano back to his feet, and Darby Allin launching Gargano over the top, and Darby Allin wipes him out. With all of that said, hey LS11 Universe, it's Xander, and welcome back to WWE 2K22 Universe Mode. Welcome back to AEW Dynamite. Welcome to some post-commentary because the microphone wasn't plugged in for half of this episode. It's becoming an all too common thing. You're also going to hear me be a little more relaxed on commentary because it's 10:30 in the morning and my fiance is still asleep. And normally I would do this at work, but I got called by my boss this morning and she's sick, so I can't go into the office. As here comes the woman who made her debut as the Joker in the casino ladder match last week. Here comes Nixon Newell to the ring, the girl with the shiniest wizard, set to take on Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, at AEW Double or Nothing in just a few weeks' time. It is crazy that we are only 5 weeks away from Double or Nothing. 5.5 weeks, really. It will be the day before WrestleMania next month. What a crazy time it is going to be. Nixon Newell makes her way to the ring. She's going to be taking on one of the henchwomen of Dr. Britt Baker. She's going to be taking on Jamie Hayter one-on-one. So Jamie Hayter making her way to the ring. Jamie Hayter, someone that a lot of people are just waiting to see break through the next level here in All Elite Wrestling. She's got Rebel in her corner. Hayter and Rebel make their way to the ring. Hey, you know, there's those LS11 Women's Tag Team titles coming in just about 6 weeks now, come WrestleMania, so that means that in the potentially near future that
Hayter and Rebel might actually have something to look forward to if Britt Baker still holds the Women's Championship, and neither of them are wanting to go after it. But right now, it is Newell and Hayter one-on-one. Here we go. There's a chop from Newell. And now Nixon Newell and Jamie Hayter face-to-face. There's a chop. And now Nixon Newell throws Jamie Hayter off the ropes. Arm drag. And now Newell punching her in the face repeatedly, taking her down with a slap. And now Nixon Newell getting her back up to her feet. Newell with a chop attempt. Hayter counters. And now Jamie Hayter knocking her back. Jamie Hayter knocking Nixon Newell back. Grabs onto her. Jamie Hayter grabs Nixon Newell head first into the turnbuckle, followed by a chop now. And now Jamie ties the leg up and kicks the knee of Nixon Newell. You can see that knee brace there. Nixon Newell has had several injuries to that knee that has cost her many years of her career. Jamie Hayter, whoa, went for a neck breaker. Nixon Newell put her away. Turns her around. Cover. Bridges it for the win here. One, no. Kick out from Jamie Hayter. And there's a chop. But Hayter with a chop back. And now Jamie Hayter grabs Nixon Newell for a suplex. Taking her down. Nixon Newell's down. Covered by Jamie Hayter. One, no. And now Nixon Newell getting picked back up to her feet by Jamie Hayter. Hayter. Oh, a sidewalk slam back breaker. She gets Nixon Newell back up to her feet now, and Hayter went for a chop. Newell counters with a right hook. Nixon kicks her in the ribs. Turns over. Sunset flip connects. Cover. One, two, no. Kick out from Jamie Hayter. Nixon Newell went through a hell of a competition last week when she fought for the AEW Women's World Title match at Double or Nothing. Ended up having to go through several big names like Paige Van Zant, Jade Cargill, and Athena in that matchup, of course, as well as Ruby Soho and Anna Jay. We're just going to list everyone that's in it. Nixon Newell throws her on the corner. There's an uppercut. Takes down Jamie Hayter, and Nixon now getting her back to her feet. Nixon Newell with a chop. There's a punch. Firing away again. Another forearm knocks her back into the ropes. And there's a knee strike again. She goes down. Oh, and now Rebel. Oh, gets drop kicked for her troubles. There's a kick. Shiniest Wizard into a cover. One, two. Jamie Hayter finds the wherewithal to kick out that time. Nixon stomping her down again, and Hayter, what a clothesline, turned her inside out. One, no, there's a kick out from Nixon Newell. The girl with the shiniest wizard managed to kick out. And now Jamie Hayter getting her back to her feet. So for some quick reference here, it is only about the first 20 minutes of this video that will be post-commentary. We'll be back to normal roughly around the half of the point of the episode. So 19 minutes in is when Pat Xander takes back over. As now Nixon Newell, right hand to Jamie Hayter, spinning wheel kick attempt. No, Hayter kicks out the knee again, and Jamie Hayter, German suplex to Nixon Newell. Jamie Hayter grabs her now, and Hayter, knee to the leg. Oh, going into that knee of Nixon Newell again. You can see Nixon is writhing in pain there. Cover. Jamie Hayter with one, two, kick out from Nixon. Nixon Newell springs back to her feet, goes for a drop kick. Jamie Hayter getting fired up. Nixon Newell with a right hook. And again, Nixon now with a kick. Right hand again. Here we go. Nixon Newell shoves her back, and Newell with a chop. And again, firing away. Nixon Newell spinning back fist. And a chop again. Nixon Newell, she is not letting up whatsoever on Jamie Hayter, kicking her down repeatedly in the corner now. Nixon Newell's got her down, and now Nixon gets Jamie Hayter back to her feet. Spinning wheel kick for another Shining Wizard. Cover. One, two. Hayter again found a way to kick out. Not sure how Jamie Hayter found a way to kick out of that one. Taking her down now, Nixon Newell getting her back up to her feet. Nixon Newell, there's a chop, there's a kick, into a sunset flip. Cover. One, two. Good night, Hayter. Nixon Newell finds a way to a win over Jamie Hayter. She just had to remain persistent about it. Consistency is key in all of that, I suppose. Nixon Newell scores the win over Jamie Hayter tonight with a pair of Shining Wizards followed by a Sunset Flip. Will she be able to do that to the DMD at Double or Nothing and become the AEW Women's World Champion? Well, we still got 5 weeks before we find that out for sure. That is a big win, though, for Nixon Newell tonight. She's looking to go higher, further, faster on her route to the AEW Women's World title. If you know, you know. Big win there for Nixon Newell. So things haven't really gone our way singles-wise these last few weeks, you know. Kenny was able to beat me. Kenny was able to beat Claudio. But Kenny Omega is unarguably one of the best in the world. But you know what we are? We're one of the best tag teams in the world. I think it's time that the Kings went for some gold. So I don't care who you are. If you're standing in that tag division, the Kings are back. And the Kings of Wrestling are coming for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Speaking of best in the world, though. Oh, way to do my job for me, Chris. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to Dynamite for the first time since winter is coming, the best in the world, CM Punk. CM Punk is back. He made a triumphant return last week at the buy-in show where he returned after Kenny Omega and Claudio's amazing matchup and laid Kenny Omega out with the GTS. CM Punk returns tonight and addresses the AEW audience for the first time since winter is coming. CM Punk is here. Let's hear from the best in the world.
I'd like to tell you all a story. When I came here back, I wanted to have fun. I wanted to come back and feel that once again, that joy I had. And I've almost felt it so many times in my course of being here. I felt it the night I beat Pac. And I felt it the night I beat Kenta. I felt it the night I beat Miro. I felt it. Almost. There is one time I felt it. I was standing across the ring from Matt and Nick Jackson. And I was standing there with one of my best friends I've ever had. And I went to war with him against maybe the best tag team this century. And we won. And in that instant, I was kneed in the head. I was picked up. And as a wrestler in his mid-40s, my neck was directly slammed onto the concrete floor out there. I went home. I had multiple contusions in my upper back. My doc was telling me that I was a few inches from death if I wasn't slammed right where I was slammed. I was lying on the couch and I was just looking at the ceiling, thinking, hearing in my head what I saw for years on Twitter, how I had nothing on this man named Kenny Omega, who was known as the best bout machine, having matches with Okada, having matches with Chris Jericho. I was told that if I got in the ring, I couldn't even measure up. That night against the Young Bucks, with Cassidy Sono standing there with me, I was the best I think I've ever been. And you know what? Maybe those people had a point. Maybe I did. Maybe I couldn't measure up. But now I know I can. So, Mr. Kenny Omega, you sniveling coward. You want to do it? You want the best in the world versus the best bout machine? You want to do that? Fine. At Double or Nothing, you get to face the best in the world, the more pissed off that he's ever been in his life, because I'm going to show that I was always the best and that I am still the best when I beat Kenny Omega at Double or Nothing. That is, if Kenny has the balls to take it.
Whoa, hang on a minute. CM Punk called him out. Here comes the leader of the Undisputed Elite. Here comes Kenny Omega to the ring. Kenny Omega on his way to the ring. The best bout machine a week removed from his win over Claudio Castagnoli. Kenny Omega approaching the ring. Omega ready to lay down the law, ready to mince words with CM Punk. Maybe been waiting for this one. Welcome back, Phil. You and I are both men of many words, but I'll leave you with two. Challenge accepted. It is happening, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna go down at Double or Nothing. As we're just kind of breezing through the night tonight, it's going down at Double or Nothing. CM Punk and Kenny Omega are going to finally go one-on-one in the LS11 Universe. But now, we move on to some singles action as Lee Moriarty waiting in the ring. Here comes Malachi Black to the ring. This is the final matchup before we return to live commentary for the game, so thank God for that. Malachi Black set to battle with the best kept secret no more, Buddy Matthews, at Double or Nothing in just a few weeks' time. Round 3 of one of the most historic rivalries in the LS11 Universe set to go down on that night. Malachi Black making his way to the ring though, Big Bad Brody King by his side. Malachi Black set for his battle with Lee Moriarty tonight. Black approaching the ring. A man who has over 30 victories to his career in the LS11 Universe. If he hadn't taken a year's hiatus, who knows how many more he would have. A world champion level athlete is Malachi Black. Without any further ado, Malachi Black and Lee Moriarty. Here we go! Moriarty gets an uppercut, firing back. And now Lee Moriarty pops up into a bulldog to Malachi. And now Moriarty gets caught. And a double stomp. And another kick now. Lee Moriarty gets him by the leg. Sweeps the leg of Malachi. And went for a moonsault. Nobody home. Malachi Black out of the way. And Black with a knee strike of his own takes down Moriarty. And now Malachi stomping on the arm. Goes for another kick. And now he gets caught. Thrown over the top rope. Out to the floor goes Black. And now Lee tells him to get back in the ring. Oh, Black just took out the legs. And oh my god, I think Moriarty landed hard on his head. Oh, he got cut open the hard way. Black kicks him in the ribs. And now Malachi Black kicking him in the back. And now Black for a rolling kick. Moriarty catches him. 4. Whoa, went for a neck breaker. Malachi pushes him back. Malachi with another knee strike. Taking him down now in Malachi Black. Takes him down. And now Black firing away. Malachi with a forearm strike. Throws him across the ring into the corner. There's a boot to the skull. Down goes Moriarty. Black goes for a stomp. Moriarty out of the way. And now Lee Moriarty grabs Black. Malachi Black counters. Black with another elbow strike. And Malachi. Oh, takes out the leg again. There's a kick to the knee. Malachi Black stomping on him repeatedly at this point. Moriarty is down and Black is merciless. He's not. Oh god, he's moved to the head. He's moved to kicking the cut on the head of Moriarty. Malachi Black now getting him back up to his feet. And Malachi Black Mass. At that point, it's just mercy. 1, 2, 3. Malachi Black just dominates his way to a win. Puts down Lee Moriarty for the win. Malachi Black kicks his head in. Malachi Black takes him down. That's a big win there for Malachi Black. Continues his AEW undefeated streak, heading into Double or Nothing, where he'll face the man who broke his previous undefeated streak. Will Malachi be able to absolve the sins of the man who once defeated him? Big win for Malachi Black. We got more coming up, but before we go back to live commentary, I'd like to call you all here. We've had a ceasefire between Adam Cole and Chris Jericho. So, gentlemen, thank you for agreeing to this no-contact interview. Adam, you could be the man to end Chris Jericho's career in a few weeks. How do you feel? Oh, let me tell you, it feels great. It feels great when you can trick your hero and show that he's really the dumbest son of a bitch in the locker room. It's quite simple because... Shut up, Adam! Look, you might have gotten me to agree to no contact tonight, but you know what? I only put my career on the line because it's a match I know I can win. Because Adam, I found myself in your shoes once a long time ago against Shawn Michaels. Never meet your heroes, kid. Because they might just kick your teeth down your throat and take your title. So welcome to the part of the show where I realized the mic wasn't plugged in. We have tag team action going up now as we return to live commentary. I so love post commentary, and we all know this. Here come the best friends to the ring. Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor making their way to the ring. So Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor on their way down to the ring tonight, looking to get a big win. We know that we got a... We're going to have to be finding out who's going to be challenging for the tag team titles at Double or Nothing in just 3 or 5 weeks' time, excuse me. And so, best friends looking to say, why not them? They do have a hard task ahead of them, though. They've got to take on the Young Bucks. Matt and Nick Jackson going to make their way to the ring. The Young Bucks on their way to the ring. Cannot believe I recorded the entire first half of this episode without my mic on. I'm so mad about that. I'm so mad about that. I was plugged into the wrong device. The Young Bucks making their way to the ring, though. They have never been tag team champions in the LS11 Universe. But hey, if they could win tonight, they're going to be one step closer to a matchup with FTR for those tag titles. That's something I know I'd love to see. So the Young Bucks making their way to the ring. So here we go, Matt Jackson and Trent Beretta starting us off. So here we go with Matt Jackson and Trent Beretta starting us off. Matt Jackson drop kicks him. Kicks him down now, and Matt getting him back up to his feet. Matt Jackson with a chop and another one. Knocks back Trent. And Matt Jackson throws Trent into the corner now. Went for a tag to Nick. Trent with a right hook now, and Trent Beretta scoops him up on his shoulders. And no! He gets dropped by Matt. And Matt Jackson now turns him over with a kick. Matt Jackson goes over now into a submission hold. And Matt looking to try and get a submission here over Trent. Try and tap him out earlier. Bulldog choke is in. Nick into the ring trying to keep Chuck out of it. And Nick Jackson takes down Chuck Taylor. Trent Beretta now grabbing Matt and lifts him up for a backdrop. He goes down now, and a tag made to Chuck Taylor. Chuck Taylor in the ring now, and Chuck. Oh, thrown to the referee. There's a drop kick from Matt. Takes him down. And now Matt tells the referee to get the hell out of the way. Tag made to Nick Jackson. And Nick Jackson with a big kick takes down Chuck Taylor. There's an elbow as well. And now Nick Jackson getting Chuck Taylor back up to his feet. Nick with a chop. There's a kick. And another chop. Forearm strike. Knocks him back, and Nick Jackson with Chuck Taylor off the ropes. Power slam. And Nick Jackson into an elbow. Nick Jackson's got him down now, and Nick Jackson stomping on Chuck Taylor, who hits him with a huge clothesline, knocking him down. Chuck with a DDT now takes down Nick Jackson. Tag made back to Trent. Trent back into the ring now, and Trent Beretta watches as he staggers to his feet. Nick now knocks him back, and now Nick firing away. Nick Jackson kicks him in the ribs, grabs onto him, throws Trent into the corner. Big splash into the corner, throws him down. Running swanton. And wipes out Chuck. Grabs onto Trent now, getting him back up to his feet. Rolls him through. Super kick. Takes him down. And now he gets him back to his feet. And he throws Trent into the corner. Tag made. Here comes Matt for a double super kick. Oh, and Matt tries to wipe him out to keep him away from Chuck, and it worked to an extent because Trent turns his attention to Matt Jackson. Or excuse me, to Nick Jackson now. And now Nick sending Trent off the ropes. Floating cutter! Wipes out Trent, wipes Chucky out again. Chucky T taken out. Super kick. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Young Bucks get the win. A big win for the Young Bucks tonight. Matt and Nick Jackson potentially getting themselves a step closer to a date with the AEW Tag Team Championships and FTR. The Young Bucks score the win. The Undisputed Elite could have a very good night ahead of them coming up at Double or Nothing. So the Young Bucks score the win. We got plenty more coming up. Up next, we hear from MJF. Ladies and gentlemen, now please welcome the first AEW World Champion, and a man who tonight is looking to explain his actions from the buy-in last week. Please welcome Maxwell, Jacob, Friedman, MJF, and he's got Sean Spears in his corner, the last members of the Pinnacle. Last week, MJF attacked Wardlow and fired him. MJF fired him. So now MJF and Sean Spears making their way down to the ring. MJF believed that last week those tag titles were his last chance at getting to Double or Nothing and fighting for gold. And I mean, he's probably very well right. The other titles seem to all have matches, but MJF is here, so let's hear what the scum of the earth, the salt of the earth, has to say tonight. Cut my music! Cut my music! Last week I fired Wardlow because he quit pulling his weight in the Pinnacle. It's as simple as that. The Pinnacle's no place for losers. It's why we got rid of FTR, and it's why we got rid of Wardlow. It's fine. It's just me and Spears now, but it's fine. Because yeah, no, I don't have any tag titles. I'll still find my way into the biggest match I can at Double or Nothing. And there's nothing all you fat pigs in the audience can do about it. Nothing that Warpig can do about it either. Who knows who I'll end up fighting, but Sting's back. Maybe he wants to settle a score. You know, I hear legends are all over the place, whether it be in Mania season. Who wouldn't want to fight the biggest name and the brightest star in the industry? Don't worry. I'll find my way to Double or Nothing. And because I'm there, it'll be the biggest match there is. Because I'm MJF. I'm better than you. And you know it. Well, we move on now with more of AEW Dynamite. It's time for another Blackjack Brawl qualifying match as Matt Sydal in the ring. And here comes the self-proclaimed Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, to the ring. He's got his fiancée, Ty Conti, in his corner. Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti making their way to the ring. Sammy Guevara looking to join the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, and Scorpio Sky as the qualified men for the Blackjack Brawl in just a couple weeks, which will be a gauntlet matchup. 5 qualified participants and the Ace, a surprise entry, who will face off for a shot at the TNT Championship on at the Dynamite after Double or Nothing. So Sammy Guevara makes his way to the ring. You gotta think he's rooting for Chris Jericho, someone who kind of helped him break in here in AEW. So Sammy Guevara makes his way to the ring. Guevara and Sydal about to go one-on-one. So without any further ado, Sammy versus Sydal. Here we go. As they lock up, Sammy Guevara into a sling blade. And a kick to the head takes down Matt Sydal. Guevara knocks him down, and Sammy Guevara getting him back up to his feet. Sammy with a kick to the head and a knee strike. Sammy Guevara fires away. And Sammy Guevara springboard. Grabs him, swings around. Hurricane Rana takes him down into a standing shooting star. Sammy Guevara coming out of the gate here. Guevara with a kick, knocking back Matt Sydal. And Matt Sydal kicking at the knee. Sydal firing back, and Sydal, his turn, springboards into a kick. Pulling back on the arm now of Sammy Guevara. Matt Sydal taking him down. And now Sydal, he goes for a standing moonsault. Guevara gets out of the way. And now Guevara, runs into the referee. Hits the ropes though, and Matt Sydal looking to capitalize. Throws Guevara into the corner. Matt Sydal throws down Guevara, going to the top rope. And Matt Sydal with a drop kick to Sammy. Into a cover. 1. No. Kick out from Guevara. Matt Sydal, he thinks this is it. He's starting to believe he's got it. Oh, Sammy counters the shooting star. Into a drop kick to the side of the head. Running swanton connects. And now Sammy Guevara hops out of the ring, and Sammy springboards back in. And went for a shooting star of his own. Sydal got the knees up. Sammy Guevara staggering as Matt Sydal into a swinging neck breaker. And a handspring takes down Guevara. Sydal now grabs Guevara. Matt Sydal with Sammy. Pops up. Goes for a Hurricane Rana. Sammy sends him crashing into the turnbuckles. Sammy Guevara gets him back to his feet. Grabs Matt Sydal. Sammy Guevara sends him off the ropes. Hurricane Rana connects from Guevara. And now Sammy Guevara gets Matt Sydal back up. Pops him up. Spanish Fly. 1, 2. Kick out. Sammy Guevara thought he had it there. Sydal managed to kick out. And now Sammy Guevara kicking him, taking him down. Now he grabs Matt Sydal, picking him back up to his feet. Sammy Guevara with a side kick. Sydal grabs onto him, and Sydal side Russian leg sweep takes down Guevara. And now Matt Sydal gets him up to his feet. Knee strike. Guevara's down. Matt Sydal. Here we go. Looking Thor. Shooting star. 1, 2. Kick out from Sammy. Matt Sydal was nearly going to double or nothing. Crow misses the attempted springboard. Sammy Guevara went for a drop kick. Sydal countered. Guevara springs back up to his feet again. Drop kick. And now Sammy Guevara stalking Sydal. Sammy Guevara scoops him up. Sammy with GTH. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Sammy Guevara is going to double or nothing. Sammy Guevara beats Matt Sydal, and the Spanish God is going to double or nothing to join the Blackjack Brawl. That's a big win for Sammy Guevara tonight. Guevara scores the win. Our main event's coming up, Sami Callihan against Orange Cassidy. But until then, we're going to hear from the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. The last 12 months have, really the last 3 years have been quite the ride. I mean, I slayed a beast, then my old rookie surpassed me, and then went away to control his narrative or some stupid shit like that. I started to make it back to the top and kept getting knocked down a lot. Then I came to AEW and was on the wave of my career, and then MJF knocked me down again. It's been quite a ride. Quite a journey. But now the Blackjack Brawl is coming. And that's my chance. My chance to redeem the terrible year I'd had, and my chance to finally bring gold back home. And I don't want to pass up that chance. I don't want to pass it up for the people who've helped me get this far. So when I fight at Double or Nothing, I'm fighting for all of you that have said those words of encouragement over the years. I'm going to keep fighting. It's now time for the main event, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to get violent, because here comes Sami Callihan. Sami Callihan making his way to the ring. He knocked off Eddie Kingston last week. He beat Jon Moxley at Winter Is Coming. You gotta wonder what's gonna happen. You gotta wonder what's gonna happen when Sami Callihan sets his sights on the championship here in AEW. Because the man has been dominant. The man has been destructive. He makes his way to the ring. Sami Callihan is here. Callihan, though, is, well, this matchup, it's gonna be something, is all I can say here, because this matchup is against Orange Cassidy. Can't really, I mean, like, I can't really sugarcoat it. It's Orange Cassidy versus Sami Callihan. You probably didn't know you wanted that until I said it, did you? That's how it went for me, at least. So, Orange Cassidy making his way to the ring. Approaching the ring to battle with Sami Callihan here tonight. So, Cassidy and Callihan about to go one-on-one. Any further ado, here we go. Cassidy throwing some low effort punches. Some love taps coming the way of Sami Callihan right now. Callihan ducks him, and now Callihan gets him up. He's got Cassidy up on his shoulders, and Orange Cassidy gets out of it. Cassidy doing his big kicks here. Oh! Sami Callihan trying to take it down a notch. Kicks him in the back of the head. He turns him over now, and Sami into a cover on Cassidy. One. Sami Callihan unable to put him down. Orange Cassidy got out of it. Cassidy gets out of the way now, and Sami. Orange Cassidy keeping the kicks coming. Sami Callihan knocks him back. And now Callihan. Oh, Cassidy gets out of it. Cassidy! Now he's fighting back. Pumps up! Cover! 1, 2, no! And now Orange Cassidy is fired up. Freshly squeezed with a super kick. Hits the ropes now, and Orange Cassidy with a running swanton. Orange Cassidy out to the top rope, and Orange turns around. Moonsault! He grabs Sami now. He gets Sami Callihan up. Callihan with a punch to the gut. And now Sami Callihan looking to shut it down. Pile driver! And now he gets Orange Cassidy back up, and Sami Callihan scoops him back up on his shoulders. I don't think Sami's slipping out of this one. Drops him face first into the turnbuckle. And there's a kick. Putting his boot into the face of Sami Callihan now. Or of Orange Cassidy now is Sami Callihan. Cassidy goes down. Cover. 1, 2. Sami kicks it. Well, Cassidy kicks out. And now Sami Callihan gets Cassidy back to his feet. Kicks him in the ribs. Pulls him in. Package. Pile driver. One, 2, 3. Sami Callihan dismembers Orange Cassidy here. Cassidy had a brief moment where it looked like he might have had it turned around there. But in the end, Sami Callihan, a big pile driver, a kick to the skull, and a package pile driver scores the win.
Hang on a minute! Hang on! That's Moxley! Jon Moxley! Moxley is back! He's making a beeline for his former tag team partner, the man who put him out at Winter is Coming, Moxley, launching himself at Callihan. Moxley and Callihan meeting in the ring. Moxley taking him down. Jon Moxley stomps on Sami Callihan's arm. Moxley kicks him. Mox with paradigm shift. Moxley is back. And just like when Sami Callihan showed up, Jon Moxley appears from the darkness and Jon Moxley lays out Sami Callihan. That's going to do it for tonight. Thank you all for watching this week's episode of Dynamite. I've been Xander and that was Universe.